So I am here at the Cloisters Museum, which is a division, a branch of the Met here in New York City. And I wasn't particularly excited about being here, honestly, primarily because it was art, sculptures, paintings that were mostly religious based. But walking through the different exhibitions, I was really excited to walk into this particular room here. Can't remember exactly what it's called, the Marode Room. And the reason why I was excited was because of this painting right here. It is kind of like a three-part painting on this wooden structure here. And I'll come back and tell you guys some more about it. Okay, so here is some more of that kind of wood paneling, paintings on wood paneling. This one's actually really interesting. It kind of tells the story. I don't know if you can follow it here. Some kids climbing a tree. You got Jesus' flagellation. It's an angel sitting in the graveside of Christ. Christ being anointed, being brought down from the cross. And then some other pieces here. Jesus down in hell, dealing with the dragon. And then, what is this? Jesus being embraced after resurrection is what I think that is. But if you look closely, they remind me of like Saturday morning cartoons, the way that they're painted on there. It has a very cartoony vibe. It's kind of the only way I could describe it. It feels very different from the rest of the paintings. But yeah, again, really creative the way they take wood paneling to create these pieces. I think it takes a lot of imagination to see a piece of wood and create from it what you see here. So you might kind of see a lot of sunlight here because there's a portion of the museum that's outside here. Let me see if I can let you guys see. In the summertime, this stuff is cracked open. You can walk through the garden. It was a monastery centuries ago, before my neighborhood. You know, you started to see a ton of immigration, especially folks from the Caribbean. Before this was Italian and Irish. This was largely a Dutch population, and so there was kind of this monastery set right in the middle of the neighborhood. Right behind me is this kind of chapel area. Man, this entire exhibition has been really interesting. But I've come to really appreciate the exhibit, as I mentioned, for several reasons. One, the art feels very dramatic. And again, that might be because it's deeply influenced by religious ideas and Christian practice. And so a lot of it just feels very dramatic. The storytelling behind it is kind of in your face. You see a lot of the passion of the Christ. You see a lot of flagellation of saints. It kind of just pops out. It kind of lunges at you. And so it feels very dramatic. I would also say that the art of this time period also feels kind of magical. I'm not sure if that is gonna push through or what you guys kind of interpret by that. But for me, when I say magical, it just feels very, I guess, imaginative, right? Magical in that it's kind of calling on the angelic, very divine, very supernatural. But again, that might have to do a lot with the fact that there is a huge kind of religious undertone to the art. But the magical aspect of the art is also very compelling and very drawing. And I will say there's also a lot of like imagination in the process of art making. I walked you guys through that one piece that had the three panels. It seems to be a theme in this time period where they used a lot of wood and a lot of glass and a lot of oil paintings to create their pieces. And I think it takes a lot of imagination and creativity to kind of just see a piece of wood, and instead of just seeing a piece of wood, you kind of see a piece of art that you can kind of shape and form into what you want to communicate. And then also, I would say that there's a lot of contemplation in this time period, in the art of this time period, which I think is really beautiful as well. So, hope you guys enjoyed it.